Hi everyone. We just got back from our first fishing trip. It was great. Both Skylar and Katie were able to catch in quite a few bass and then some bluegill as well in a nearby private pond. So we're excited about just the fact that these different types of lures and what we're using and utilizing do have an effect on what the fish are doing and how they're biting. And of course, fishing is all about the strategy and the technique of just what's out in different ponds, lakes, and rivers. And so within this fishing class, we do, just like in hiking and any of the other classes that we have, we are going to be really talking about the principles that we can achieve with freshwater fishing. Obviously, we do not have an ocean at our disposal, so we can't do any saltwater fishing. But but we do want to hit up just the different strategies and techniques. So, with that being said, just some of the objectives that we want to really glean from this class: the correct way to handle fish, how to freeze them, how to prepare them for food, how to eat them, different ways of how to eat them, and we will be eating some fish in this class for those of you who are taking this on campus. We will be really talking about the biblical leadership principles that we can apply to different fishing events, different fishing experiences that we've had, either past or present. And then obviously knowing how to teach, how to cast, how to bait, how to lure, and then of course how to fly fish as well is our objectives and things that we want to accomplish. There are obviously different strategies incorporated with lake, river, and pond fishing that we will talk about and discuss. And you guys will also be teaching a class on a couple of different techniques that either you've learned from the past or from the present, so that you can communicate how to do this with a group of people. So you're also going to be able to learn how to communicate the different ways of how to fish and teach that to a group as well. And of course, we want to be able to incorporate the Word of God into this sport of fishing and how God's creation is associated with what we've seen around us in our environment. And then, of course, the weather, the location of different types of fish, water clarity, all those things we will be discussing. There's one textbook for this course. I believe that you guys have already received that textbook, the Total Fishing Manual. And as you will note, we do have a couple quizzes. And these quizzes are really simple. They're just over the reading, some of the facts that I just want to draw out. But they are, you can use your book for the quiz. But again, we're just trying to draw out some really key principles and strategies for what we are learning within the book. You guys will be doing a fishing skills and technique paper, and this will discuss the principles of fishing, the biblical truths of fishing, what you have learned in this class with either within our particular class setting or what you've gleaned as you've gone through this class. And then, of course, the reading and journaling, reading this book, and then we will be discussing the journaling in a second. But obviously, fishing, the experience of fishing, the amount of time that we spend fishing are also really key things that we're trying to do. So obviously, weekly participation, the fishing paper, journal entries, reading, and quizzes are all associated within this framework. So with that being said, I'm just going to look at Canvas really quick so that way you guys can kind of see the layout of what we're doing. So I'm going to go to modules, and this is where you're going to find kind of the layout of what you need to do for the upcoming week. Excuse me. So for this next week, so from Thursday to Thursday, you will be doing several of these things. So the first one is you're going to do this journal entry, and the journal entry, just answer the questions. We want a paragraph. And just some of the things that you've learned. What did you see as a result of your experience fishing? What can you glean and take away? And girls, we really went through quite a few lures today. and ways to get a fish. So talk about those, discuss those different lures that we use, and if you have any questions about the names of those lures, I'd like you to look at it from the book first, see if you can find it. It's again in that first section called Tools. But if you still can't find the name of the lure, then definitely hit me up so I can help you with that. And then also, the next thing that's on the list is the reading. Of course, you're doing the reading, and the quiz questions will be over that particular reading. But again, you're going to read this week pages 1 through 26, and then 41 to 64. Again, there's not a whole lot of reading involved, mostly pictures, but there is some. Really look at the techniques, things that are described in that book, because it helps. Again, fishing is a science. It's not necessarily just the hobby. Obviously, we love the hobby, but we are learning the ways of how to catch a fish, and what looks appealing to a fish, what looks realistic, that looks like food to a fish. They will grab at quite a few things that don't even look like food. You can throw out, just like what Skylar did today, threw out the lure and reeled it in, and then all of a sudden just caught a fish. Those are obviously things, but when you really understand the techniques that are involved in different lures and baits, and then you see, oh, this is the fish that I caught using my strategy. And that's really what we want to go after. And again, that way you can communicate when you're leading your own groups of fishing expeditions, so to speak. So make sure that you do that. And then obviously the quiz will come out this weekend. So you will have that by Monday. And then participation. So what I want you to do for the participation section, and again, you have a text entry box, and I see that I haven't input. Your lecture will be in each one, kind of detailing what I need from you for that week. But then also, what I would like you guys to do in that text box is actually either through video and just uploading it, and giving me like a video of your description of your experience fishing, or pictures of your experience fishing. So I need a minimum of 5 pictures of your fishing experience, or I would like a short 2-minute video of your experience as you were fishing. And this again is describing the lures that you used, what you felt was good, what you felt was bad, even if it's the weather, it was too hot, or it was too cold, or it was rainy, or whatever the case may be. Discuss those experiences in detail. And again, this is going to be a little bit of a trial and error at the very beginning when it comes to this. So Skylar and Katie, I do have your pictures for you that you can upload. You will upload those. I'm sorry, it's not in this section. It will be in the discussions section, is where you will upload either, again, a video or a description of your experience for that particular event. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, and we will get this going. So in this particular text box here, just put, I heard the lecture, I know what we're doing moving forward, and then obviously that discussion, you're talking about your experience. So that way we can share our personalized experiences within the class. Okay, sounds good. Well, this is, again, the very first fishing class that Calvary's ever done. So this is brand new. We are wanting you guys to do several different types of fishing expeditions. So Ben, I need about 5 to 6 different fishing spots. Obviously, you're going to be fishing for 8 weeks, but I need 5 to 6 different types of fishing spots that you can go to, river, lakes, or ponds. And the same thing will be done here within this class setting. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Otherwise, we are done for this lecture and moving forward. So next week, we will discuss fly fishing in detail and get you ready to go with the different rods and reels and flies that we will be using. So hopefully this is helpful. We used spinners today, and we used primarily different types of spinners, lures, and crankbaits. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and your weekend. And that is it.